Hey everybody, it's Mike and Denise with our review and comment on the plant-based news. We got another article here for you today about basically longevity habits, to say, just like my book, which is Live to 150 at liveto150.org. This article is about fiber, the importance of actual plant fiber, and Denise is going to give us the title, read us the article, and then we're going to talk about it as we read it.
This is from healthline.com. It's called Not All Dietary Fibers Are Equal. Here's why. This is from April 28th.
Yeah, it's pretty short too.
By Elizabeth Pratt. Experts say most people in the United States don't have enough fiber in their diet.
Whoa.
I almost lost an ankle there.
Oh, and by the way, we're hiking, we're getting purposeful exercise. We're making our videos, recording them while we are hiking and moving and not sitting, which is the new smoking, which I talk about in my book. So many people I see on the internet are just sitting in chairs. And actually in my book, by the way, I recorded standing up the whole time in my studio. But now we're walking, we're actually moving.
We gotta get through this addiction factor.
Yeah, we're burning calories. All right.
They add that the benefits of fiber can be different from person to person. They also note that fiber's benefits can differ from food to food, obviously. They recommended people get their fiber from food instead of supplements.
Okay, now food, I don't know if they mentioned processed food or, like, let's say oil. Oil is a food. We did a video on that. How much fiber is in oil?
None.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about like food that's grown, the real food, like what your body knows is food, which is actually whole or minimally processed, just cut up plants, nothing else. I don't know what they're talking about here in this article. I have no idea.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
The health benefits of fiber can vary between different people and different food. That's according to a new study in which researchers found that the benefits of fiber can depend on the type of fiber, the amount of fiber, and the individual consuming the fiber. Our results demonstrate that the physiological, microbial, and molecular effects of individual fibers differ substantially. Michael Snyder, PhD, senior author of the study, and geneticist. It doesn't say geneticist. It says, oh, it does say geneticist.
Well, that's interesting. So they're saying that the different plant, are they saying plant foods? Different plant foods, different fibers and different plant foods.
From different foods.
They don't specify whether it's processed or not. They don't say if it's whole plants. Well, although I would guess there is a difference between whole plants and not.
Yet.
Yeah, and I also want to mention the sun. You seen the sun in our video? I have 3 chapters, and I'm on the sun, how important it is to get your vitamin D, which we're also getting right now.
So, Dr. Snyder is a geneticist at Stanford School of Medicine in California, he said in a press release. Fibers can vary based on length, solubility, and other factors. Snyder argues that understanding how different people react to the same kind of fiber is important. There is a need for determining the unadulterated effects of the individual fibers on the microbiome for establishing associated health biomarkers, ideally by testing different fibers on the same individual, he said.
Yeah, I would say so.
Our results demonstrate...
Nobody's done that. It's kind of surprising no one's done that at this point.
Our results demonstrate the tantalizing prospect of using targeted fibers mediated by the microbiome to drive health and systems biology in a predictable, personalized direction, he added. So, in undertaking the research, Snyder and his colleagues investigated the effects of 2 common forms of soluble fiber supplements.
Okay.
Abraxanelayan, a fiber commonly found in whole grains. Long-chain insulin is a better fiber found in chicory root and onions.
Onions are actually, some people believe that onions are not part of a health optimization diet, just so you know, onions and garlic.
But that's how some fiber tablets are made.
Okay, let's back up. If that's what some fiber tablets are made of, and we know that actual plant fiber is way better for you than the pill version, maybe that's why, because you're using the wrong plants. Because like I said, you follow a human hygienic diet, I think they say that onions and garlic is not something that is health optimizing and is actually health destroying.
Yeah. The researchers enlisted 18 people to participate in the study. They were given 10
People are
grams,
catching up to Denise. Someone's going to catch her.
10 grams of fiber every day in the first week of the study, 20 grams every day in the second week, and 30 grams every day in the third week. The researchers found that on average, participants who took
Going uphill.
that kind of fiber had a noticeable reduction in LDL cholesterol levels due to an increase in blue acid production. Those who took low doses of long-chain insulin, on average, saw a slight decrease in inflammatory markers, as well as an increase in certain kinds of gut microbes that are thought to be beneficial. Higher doses of long-chain insulin were associated with increased inflammation and higher liver enzymes, which can be harmful. For arabinoxaline, despite the fact all participants took the same dosage of the fiber, the researchers reported that individual responses to supplementation varied, with some people not experiencing any changes in cholesterol.
Huh.
So here's the reaction to the study.
This is the final paragraph?
No, there are 3.
Ah, okay.
Dana Hunz, PhD, MPH, RD.
Well, actually, let's take a break here while we let
dietitian.
these people pass us by, because I think that we are so slow that we're going to get past here on the trail. So let's let them pass by. All right, we let them pass.
Not
Yeah.
insulin.
Yeah, we let them pass. It's inulin, actually. It's a type of fiber. It's a type of fiber that's found in onions, I think is what they say here in the article. And this backs up the fact of the human hygienic diet. And I talk about this in my book, and you can research it on your own, but they're saying that that's a health optimization diet. And they say don't eat onions and garlic. Maybe this is why, because the fiber in these things actually causes increased inflammation, right? Is that what it says?
Yeah, well, those that took low doses of it had lower LDL, but those who took high doses of it had increase in inflammation.
That's not good at all. But again, think about that. Onions and garlic, it's not a health food. That's what you got to get through your mind here. And we'll do some more videos on this, other articles about specifically onions and garlic, I think, in the future. And let us know other ones you want to see in the comments. But go ahead, Denise.
All right. Dana Hunnis, PhD, MPH, RD, senior dietitian at the University of California, Los Angeles, and author of the book Recipe for Survival, says the findings of the study aren't surprising. Nutrition and how we respond to various doses of certain nutrients is not one size fits all. We all have
I'm not so sure about that, but go ahead.
We have certain metabolisms, different microbiomes, even different needs depending on our body's habits, size, muscle fat, etc. So it is not surprising to me that the different people would react differently to a variety of fibers and their doses, Hannes told Healthline.
Okay, well, for me, I think that most people are the same. Humans are the same. Genetically, we're almost identical. I know we look different.
Some
but
people
genetically
produce more cholesterol than
right,
others.
yeah. I mean, there's little fine things, okay? And some people are allergic to things where others aren't. A lot of that is because of the bad food choices we make. But I do think that, like I said, it goes back to onion and garlic. I'm surprised she didn't mention it. She probably just doesn't know.
For people whose cholesterol is primarily affected by diet, this added fiber would likely have an effect.
There you go.
For those where their high cholesterol levels are more familial based or inherited, it would seem more likely to have less of an effect.
I don't know. See, this goes back to the nature or nurture argument. Is it excuse me, genetic or your environment, your food, your choices, or your genes? But we all know, and especially now, I've seen many articles on it too, that you can change the way your genes express by the food. The food is the information it gives your body. You have to eat right. Go to chapter 42 in my book. You'll learn about all that.
The American Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics advises that the ideal intake of fiber is 14 grams for every 1,000 calories consumed. That sounds low. We get way more than that. For men, this is roughly 38 grams, and for women, 25 grams. Laura Wright, PhD, RDN, LDN, the chair of the Department of Nutrition and Dietetics at the University of North Florida, says, while there are many advantages to consuming fiber, most people in the United States aren't getting enough.
Not even close.
Yeah. There are many benefits of fiber. Soluble fiber found in foods such as oats, beans, and fruits helps lower blood cholesterol and glucose levels. Insoluble fiber found in foods such as whole wheat, grains, and vegetables aids in digestion. Both types of fiber are natural appetite suppressants, right? Told Healthline. On the average, Americans only consume about 15 grams per day, as she said.
15, oh my
where
gosh.
to get your fiber? When it comes to getting enough fiber, both Wright and Hummus said it's best to look first at food sources before using fiber supplements. In general, I recommend people get their fiber from foods and not from supplements, as there are so many additional benefits, health and environmental, from eating a wide variety of high fiber foods, Hummus said. Wright says some easy ways to increase fiber intake are to switch to whole grain, add beans to soups or salads, eat cereals with 5 or more grams of fiber per serving, and snack on high fiber foods such as popcorn, hummus, and carrots.
Popcorn.
Ooh, some of my favorite
Hummus.
stuff.
Does hummus have oil? We did.
Usually.
Yeah. Tahini, that stuff is damaging. Yes, it has fiber. Yes, but you got to consider the overall picture. And again, I talk about this in my book. You got to read that book. Pass it along to others
A
too.
lot of hummus is made with olive oil. That's not vegetable oil, but it's still not good for you.
Olive is not a vegetable?
No, it's a fruit.
So, I have a feel with that article. I don't know why they just said vegetable. I think it's all the same, if you ask me. Because some of the stuff that's fruit's even worse. Coconut's a fruit, right?
Yeah,
that oil's even worse.
Coconut oil is bad. Most of the seed oils are bad for you, like safflower.
Tahini.
Oil. Yeah.
That's me, right? I try to eat it.
Food sources
I
are
cough.
the best source because you not only get the fiber, but also the taste and additional nutrients found in these healthful foods, she said. I think Metamucil is not fiber. If you read the book by Dr. Greger on how not to diet, he'll explain that you can't get fiber from a tablet. You should get it from food, and the food was designed for you to ingest the vitamins along with the fiber. You have to eat it.
Yeah,
as
in the
a
right
whole
ratio.
package.
It's information. It's information to your body telling you what to do. If you only give it part of the information and forget the other part that's supposed to be there, then shit happens, right? I mean,
Yeah.
your body starts to freak out. It doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, and vitamins can be ingested to the point that they're toxic to your body and cause cancer. So that's
Yeah, actually, vitamins and supplements. If you follow Dr. T. Colin Campbell, and I've done some interviews with him on the channel, aPlantBasedDiet.org. You're watching this on right now. Search it up with Dr. T. Colin Campbell. Also, he was a speaker at Southwest Florida Veg Fest last year, and again this next year he's going to be. He says that they cause cancer. Supplements. So he doesn't recommend you take any except for B12.
That's it.
Yeah. So
We recommend the same.
yeah. And you got to eat a wide variety of whole or minimally processed plants. Again, chapter 42 of my book, which is on the food, it explains the entire thing. And, that's in terms of longevity and health and quality of life, not tripping over rocks like that. Then that is like the big thing. You got to eat the right food. See how I'm like invincible now, right?
Yeah.
People have been saying, I'm like, this guy is like, well, there's been different words people have been using, like, I think it was like smug or conceited or something like that. I mean, we're trying to get the truth out to people. For whatever reason, people are so entrenched in their habits. I talk about this in my book. It's psychological. I'm getting psychological pushback is what I'm getting from people, okay? I'm just trying to convey the truth in a way that people are going to pay attention to it and actually start listening to it. And you got to get in front of you got to get in somebody's face. Tell them you do, because people aren't going to just seek this stuff out on their own. Occasionally they do, but that's very rare.
Someone said you were self-righteous.
So, okay, there you go.
Someone who broadcasts information that hasn't been founded. But we
Yeah,
were
and-
only reading the article.
And a lot of that was from their own emotions, because they admittedly said they had cancer. I look at their pictures. I can see. I talk about this in the book too. I can tell you what kind of diseases people have just by looking at them. And you don't even have to do the iridology thing where you're looking in their eye. You just look at the person. Most people on social media, they just put a picture of their head like this. They don't show your entire body all the way down. I'm the same, but like I don't have like a gut. I'm 155. Like I'm right in the middle of the BMI, right?
Wait, we're not age.
Yeah. Actually, I try to get to 160, but I'm almost 6'2". But I'm right in the middle of the BMI. That's what you have to be. if you're so out of whack, I know people say to me like, oh, how can you know? Because the reality is, I think about it more. Those people have so many issues, so many issues. They're like, how can you possibly pinpoint to one of my issues? I have so many. And it's true, because that's why nobody teaches this. I want to see generations of people that know these 150 chapters and they understand how to take care of themselves, and they enjoy life more. And they get to live way longer too, way longer.
Yeah.
So that's it. Let us know in the comments, what do you think about all this? What's your summary about fiber? What's fiber?
You should make sure you're getting your fiber. Stop asking
Eat plants. Go to
where they get their protein. We want to know where you get your fiber.
Yeah, and go to the produce section, right? That's where you get it.
That's where you get it.
And local, organic, pick it, grow it, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Like the video, subscribe. We'll see you next one. Bye.
Also, we don't recommend that you get your fiber from cereal or oatmeal either, because
they mentioned
a
that.
lot of that isn't organic, and even if it is, it's inflammatory. Oatmeal is actually inflammatory. We recommend getting your fiber from fruits and vegetables.
And we had to remind you, because the cereals people think about are Post and General Mills, etc., all this stuff, that is this processed junk food. That's what that is. It's not, don't think of it as beneficial.